Good evening, football fans. It's Friday night in Liberty Center, Ohio, and it's the opening game for your Liberty Center Tigers. Jim, I'll amend that opening home game for Liberty Center in this year 2001. Tigers coming off a very impressive 18-0 win last week over the Tenora Rams, and tonight their first league contest with the visiting Montpelier Locomotives.
Yeah, Spike, a perfect night for football. The weather said it could get down to 50 degrees, but not till most of this game is probably in the books. As you say, the Tigers did well last week against a tough Tenora team. They were pretty even in their offensive output, 149 yards on the ground and 153 yards passing. So showed good balance last week, and this is a game that traditionally Montpelier hasn't put up much of a struggle for the Tigers, but you work on a lot of things, and of course this is the beginning of the NWAL League, and anything happens in that league.
Well, actually, as of late, the Tigers have owned Montpelier shorts, but in the season series overall, Montpelier has a 38-35 edge, and it is Montpelier who, since 1990, has beaten Liberty Center more than any other league school, that being 4 times. No other league school, Jim, since 1991 has beaten Liberty Center as many times.
I remember that being part of the Spike trivia quiz last season, Spike.
Yep. Well, that one's a foregone one. Now we're in the decade of the 2000s, and we'll start a new tradition here. Tigers resplendent in those black jerseys and orange pants. Jim, I kind of like those colors. I think that is really, really sharp.
Oh, that's wonderful, Tiger colors, and a big crowd here, Spike. As we said, the field's in beautiful shape, and just a fine night for football. And if you're in Liberty Center, you're at the ball game. That's just how these Tigers draw their fans, and you know, pretty impressive. Going back to last week, they held Tenora to just about 85 yards of offense. And Tenora thought that they were really going to be tough. In fact, I believe they were a good football team. So Tigers picking up real strong here to start the season, Spike.
All right, here we go. Set for kickoff. Archibald Montpelier has everybody on the left side of their field from the kickoff team standpoint. Tigers now waving to come up here. Perhaps Montpelier going to try to pull a little chicanery. Well, now they shift over and go from the straight set. Kickoff short, end over end kick. Taken there by number 87.
That's Matt Leininger. That's
Yeah.
our big tight end there with the
That's
good
right.
hands.
Now, used to seeing Leininger handle the ball on a kickoff. Collision there between two Tigers and the Liberty Center Tigers will take over 1st and 10 on their own 33-yard line. Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. Nate Bear, the center, number 74. Guard on the right side, number 70, Brad Sambola. Here is the give straight ahead to Tiplady. Tiplady battles forward for about, Jim, we're going to call it 6 yards on the play. That'll be up to the 39-yard line, 2nd down and 4.
So caught 3 passes for the Tigers in their passing offense. So looking for a lot of good things from Drew Tiplady.
Brian Dotson, the guard on the left. Now Salmi in motion, and we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, I think there might be movement on the Tigers' right side there. We'll see whether the refs are going to walk them backward 5-yard spike. No, they're calling that against Montpelier. So Tigers pick up 5.
Somebody must have had some headgear or something stuck over the neutral zone, but Tigers will take it. Starting at tackle tonight on the right side, number 72, Jack Craigle, a 236-pound sophomore. Salmi in motion going left. Here is the give. Wide open there, number 35. Oh, we got a new number.
Eric Weimer.
Eric Weimer getting his first run as a Liberty Center varsity football player.
Wow.
Pickup of about 6 on the play. Jim, I was taken aback.
I believe
35,
it.
I had shades of yesterday.
I know it. That was Troy Westoven's number there sometimes, but they're showing in the program Eric Weimer, freshman.
Yeah, all right. Tigers shift out of the eye. Unbalanced eye to the left. Now the give coming back to Tiplady. Stays on his feet. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. The 20. The 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a Tiger touchdown. Tiplady on a burst of 50 yards. And the Tigers are on the board with only a minute and a half gone here in the first quarter.
Boy, nice run by Drew Tiplady.
All right, now the question will be, Tigers want to work on that kicking game. And John Collins, number 61, out to attempt the point after touchdown.
Yes,
an area
indeed.
the Tigers certainly need to improve in.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They got to have some polish on that extra point program.
Tiplady, I believe, is the holder. Snap is good. Kick is up. And it's good! John Collins with a little luck of the Irish, perhaps. Hit the crossbar and bounces on over for the single-point conversion. The Tigers lead it 7-0 here on NCTV 5. 10 minutes and 34 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
Well, that didn't take long. We saw a freshman back in there, had a nice run, and then, of course, that quick burst up the sideline by Drew Tiplady. So Tiger offense is just having it their own way so far, Spike.
Well, you know, Eric Weimer, for a freshman, has got a little size, $1.62, 6 foot tall. While we've got a chance here, we'll go over our sponsors. We want to welcome a brand new sponsor, a couple of them here. We've got the Liberty Center Lodge, number 518, from Uptown, and also Trucker's Paradise with Lynn and Jerry Ripke. Their hours, 5 in the morning to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, and then Saturday morning from 5 to 2. They serve soups, home-cooked dinners every day, breakfast anytime, and one of Jerry's specialties is her homemade pie. I have to believe she's got 57 different kinds, and Jim, I was lucky enough yesterday to get a hold of one of those cherry pies, and I'm telling you, them suckers are good.
I think TV5 ought to be trying those out. We've got number 72, Jake Craigle, to kick off the ball here for the Tigers.
Jim, seeing a few new faces even from last week. Craigle puts a foot into it, end over end, comes down at the 20-yard line. Helier sets up for a return to the right, and the tackle made there was slowed down.
Todd Hefflinger.
Yep, number 41, Hefflinger, will get credit for the stop. Montpelier will take over on the almost identical spot where the Tigers took over on the 33-yard line. 10:29 to go here in period number 1. It's Liberty Center 7 and the Locos 0. Tigers showing a 5-man front. Montpelier with 2 wideouts to the left. The quarterback tripped up. Now they're going to rule him down by Jim. It looked like he might have got his feet tangled up with one of the guards.
I don't know. He was going down almost before that play had any chance at all of unfolding, but Matt Leininger quick like a cat on that ball. But the ref said it was down. They're going to have a second down, but a loss of 4.
Montpelier returns 19 letter winners from last year, and they are under the direction of a new coach, Joe Briegel. Montpelier shows 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left, and we're going to have a flag on the play. The quarterback trips again. And I believe Liberty Center may be guilty of encroachment.
We've got Shane Wesley playing tackle out there, number 56 for the Tigers.
Yeah, let's try to spot that defense. Salmi and Paris Senior defensive backs on this side, along with Myers and Tip Lady on the other side. Now we've got Sumbola on a hard pass rush. Pass sails high, incomplete. Quarterback didn't have much time, didn't get much on the throw. For that Liberty Center interior line, we're going to have
Nate Bayer, number 74,
Nate Bayer, the
on
defensive end
left
on this
end.
Left side. Brad Sumbola, the tackle for the Tigers on the left side. Leininger, the nose tackle.
On the center, cross center.
And Jim mentioned number 56.
Wesley.
That's Wesley, the
Shane,
tackle on the right.
Shane Wesley.
And Lucas Bodenbender lining up almost, I believe, as a stand-up defensive end. Now Bodenbender with penetration. Long pass downfield. Almost caught. Oh, no. Oh, there. Jim, I think we may have a penalty on the Tigers. I didn't see the contact. Do you think it was face guarding or something?
I don't know, but Dustin Selmy out there pretty closely covering the man, but a well-thrown pass. So evidently the refs didn't like quite all that he saw.
Well, now we'll have to sort this thing out. It's pass interference in high school is different than obviously in the pros. 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, perhaps. But regardless, in this case, it's a first down for the Locomotives. Ball right at the 45-yard line. 9.5 minutes to go here. Period number 1. Now Dotson switches over to the other side. We've got a loose ball.
Matt Leininger almost had him in the back.
Play.
In the backfield there, Spike, but he kind of got loose. But Rodney Ponton was quick to fill, and I believe instrumental in the stop there.
Checking into the game now, number 66, Adam Bloomfield. Bloomfield will be lining up at defensive end on the left side. Tigers show a 6-man front. Pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage. Jimmy, let's give credit to that to Wesley. I believe it might have been Wesley.
I think so. I believe Shane Wesley got his mitt in there. I tell you, the line of scrimmage right there looked like a sieve. Tiger defensive front was just coming right back. Quarterback backpedaled quick as he could, but had no time, Spike.
Well, you know, the Tigers have a reasonably well-sized defensive front line, and it looks to me like Montpelier might even be smaller, and that's to be said very few times in any games the Tigers play. Now Montpelier comes out with 2 wideouts to the left. Tigers drop off the end.
Yeah, the right halfback for the Locomotives got in a hurry there.
Jim, here's just a good example. You know, you can have a lot of success like Montpelier had back in the days of the Rose Boys and everything, make the playoffs, and now all of a sudden things just are not clicking or working too well for them at all in the last several years. So run a tight ship.
Exactly, and once a program gets itself established, sometimes it'll run and run and run, sometimes even when the talent is a little thin. but Montpelier has fallen on tough times lately, Spike.
Yep. Hillier has a wide out to left, man in the slot on the left. Roll out left, quarterback looking downfield, fires deep. Oh, I don't know how that's going to be ruled. 3 ball players, 2 from Liberty and 1 locomotive receiver, all went to the deck at once.
That was a good no call. I think there was contact, obviously. They got tangled up, but they were all going for the ball or running in that direction, and it was just incidental contact. Montpelier receiver wanted a flag, but didn't get it.
Well, you can see already the Tigers' prowess in the defensive side of the football showing itself again. Montpelier not being able to run for much of anything and having little success in the air either. Now back in punt formation on 4th and 17, punting from the 37-yard line. High, wobbly kick, going to be short, coming down at the 38-yard line, and Montpelier falls on it there, or downs it there. Ball at the 40-yard line on Liberty Center's own 40-yard line. Try to catch some more of our sponsors here. We've got Miller Brother Trucking in Napoleon with Skip Miller, an old Tiger football player. Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler. Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry right in downtown Tigertown. And Liberty Products with Terry Bowers. Here is the give to Salmi. Salmi goes nowhere, swarmed under. Jim, that time the little misdirection stuff didn't fool anybody. Montpelier got a charge.
Yeah, you got to give the Locos credit for sniffing that one out, and they did. They met Salmi in the backfield there, and he couldn't get started because we saw Salmi last week against Tenora did some nice slicing runs inside there. He's not very big, but boy, he can run hard, but he never got started on that play.
All right, Nate Bear, the center for the Tigers. Brian Dotson, the guard on the left side. Here is the give to the third back through. No, wait a minute. No, it was give. Oh, man, they give it to the first back going off the right side. Jim, that one had me fooled. But not too much there. Ponton maybe picks up about 3 on the play. We'll call it third down and about 12. The ball on the Tigers' own 38-yard line. Sambola, the guard on the right side. Tackle over there, number 57.
That's Jonathan Power.
Tigers going with some sophomores on that line now.
Well, that's good. That get everybody a little good experience here.
Aracini in motion, give to the first back through, and they're going to pick up about 5 on that play. Jim didn't get the number there. Ponton again. Yeah. Ponton picks up another solid, we're going to call it about a 6-yard gain. It'll be 4th down, and we'll call it about 7 yards to go. Ball is on the 44-yard line.
In at left end for the Tigers is Tyler Sharp, number 83. Big, tall sophomore.
Back in punt formation, Collins. Collins gets it off with the left foot. Low line drive, takes another good Tiger roll just like last week. And the ball down right there and covered by Nathan Bear. Ball stopped at the, we're going to call it the 19-yard line. Jim, another very effective punt for John Collins. You know, last week, not a lot of distance, but the low line drive always got the good roll. This time, 37-yard punt, and that puts Montpelier back in a hole.
Yeah, Collins looking athletic, too. Last week, there was one, he dropped it. It wasn't a real good, clean snap, and, man, he had to pick that up and kick it in a hurry, and did so.
Montpelier back, tries a little quick out on the other side, and that ball dropped. It was Myers coming up quick on defense. Would have held to a short gain.
Spike, I was going to say that last offensive series by the Tigers didn't come off very smooth, but understand they had a lot of new people in and out of there, and it never goes quite like a real polished machine. But nevertheless, you try people, and after they get a little experience, then it smooths up.
Yeah, a good point, Jim. Now Montpelier, 2nd and 10 on their own 20-yard line. White outs to either side, and another flag on the play that stopping before they ever get it off. And while they sort this out, we've also got the Sky Bank in Liberty Center. KK Collision with Kyle Kern out on the north edge of town. Kyle with state-of-the-art equipment for just about anything you want or need in auto body work or any sort of engine work. Also, we've got L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown. Davis Farm Services with Karen Howell with businesses in Delta and Liberty Center. Now 2 wideouts to the left side. Man in the slot, rolling toward that side. He's got time to throw. Up fakes, gets around Bear, down the sideline. It's going to be a first down. We're going to call a gain of about 27 yards. No, a gain of about 23 on the play, but we're going to have a penalty against Montpelier, and the whole thing's coming back, Jim.
Well, okay, I'll tell you, that looked pretty good for the Locomotives dancing around in there. He kind of put a move on Nate Bayer and had him fooled just a bit, but evidently there was something that wasn't right in the scheme of the blocking for the Locomotives. Quarterback, athletic, Spike, he can move pretty good.
Yeah. Now they're going to rule offsetting penalties. Apparently we're going to run the whole thing over again. Well, that'll mean it'll be second down. Ball on the 15-yard line, 2nd and 15 for Montpelier. 6:24 left here. Quarter number 1, Liberty leads at 7-0.
Spike, this is a great game to watch in the sense that there's a fine contrast in colors, in school colors. So you can pick your Tigers out, you can see the numbers, and of course the enemy tonight in mostly white with a little blue trim.
Oh yeah, good contrast. Now Montpelier splits 2 receivers out wide to the left. Pro set in the backfield. Straight drop back, just gets it off. Jim, he's got no time whatsoever to set up and make any kind of a decent throw.
All right, and Nate Bayer being the rusher, and I'm sure as they reflect on this, watching this, the defensive ends aren't turned loose every play because they have responsibilities. But on that play, Nate Bayer must have had the green light, and he got in there in a hurry.
Okay, 3rd down and 15. Clock stopped, 6:20 to go. Now the Locomotives will spread a receiver out wide to either side. Tight end on the right offensive line. Now a little swing pass over there, trying to find some running room. Gets up to about maybe a couple yard gain, but Jim, we might have some sort of a face mask penalty or perhaps no, it's going to be a hold. It was thrown right where the tackle was made, and I just assumed it was against Liberty Center.
Yeah, Lucas Bodenbender, I think, wrapped him up pretty quick there, and there was a lot of other Tigers on the action.
Boy, so far Montpelier, from what little offense they can generate, but they've been shooting themselves in the foot here consistently with penalties.
Yeah. Well, obvious punting situation. Some new Tigers came in, and I'd note that Shane Wesley, number 56, played that whole series as a tackle, defensive tackle.
Return man is Kyle Parasini. Spiraling kick. Parasini takes it on the 47, breaks 1 tackle, dives forward across the 40 and down inside near the 35-yard line. Kyle getting up rather slow, got a little ankle twisted underneath. And Liberty Center with excellent field position here. They'll have a 1st and 10 on Montpelier's 36-yard line.
Got Jake Craigle in there as offensive tackle.
Yeah, on that right side with Sambola, the guard on the right side. Dotson, guard on the left. And the give to Salmi. Salmi battles his way down across the 35 into the 34-yard line. Good closure there by the Montpelier secondary as they stopped. It looked to me, Jim, for a minute there, there'd be something that looked like it was going to be wide open.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sure the coaches know what they want to see. They want improvement in specific areas, and hopefully the Tigers can deliver that here tonight, Spike.
Now we've got Parasini running out of that wing back spot. Here is the give to Ponton following a block there. Makes a cut and hauls about 3 would-be Montpelier tackle, 7 yards, all the way down inside the 20-yard line and down to the 17.
Yeah,
now
nice.
they're going to spot it on the 18. It'll be 1st and 10 for Liberty Center.
Nice line surge to kind of get things moving in that direction, and a couple good blocks out here. One of them by number 87, Matt Leininger, but a good run by Rodney Ponton. Kept his feet, good, strong, slashing run.
Yeah, Salmi was through the whole first. A gain of 18 yards for Ponton. Tigers now with that wing back set to the left. Here's the pitch to Ponton again. Ponton finds some room and battles down inside the 10 down to the 8-yard line. We're going to call it a gain of about 9 on the play.
You know, Spike, it appears to me as though there's some nice downfield blocking, and that's something that doesn't come easy. They have to have game situations to really work on that, but boy, I see guys going down there and maintaining contact and staying with it, and that's kind of hard to do. You know, a lot of high school teams never learn that feat.
Truly a Tiger trademark, Jim, that downfield blocking. Tigers offset, pro set to the left. Here's a good to Salmi coming back off the right side. Salmi down near the 6-yard line. Ponton's first gain was for 7 yards, and Salmi now pushes it down. We're going to call it the 7. Awfully close to a first down. 3rd down and maybe a foot to go. Ball on just outside the 7-yard line. 3:49 left. Tigers lead 7-0 here in the first period. Tigers with the 2 tight end set. Give straight ahead to Ponton. Ponton twists, hit, and fights down inside the 5. That'll be good for a first down. Jim, a gain of nearly 3 yards.
Yeah, good surge there. Offensive line just plain moving them back, and that's what does it. So Tigers down there banging on the goal line.
Yeah, Liberty not showing too much here in this early going. In for the touchdown, Jim. I didn't get the number. Ponton?
Yeah.
Rodney Ponton from 5 yards out, and the Tigers score again here in the first quarter. Jim, it's been a combination of a lot of things. It's been good Tiger defense and some great field position, and they're in for 2 scores early on.
Yeah, and they're using some more people. Adam Bloomfield doing a nice job in there at guard, and you know there's people on the sideline that can play, and boy, you just like to be deep at every position, and Tigers are developing that depth right here.
Tip Lady picks it up, pitches to Collins. Boy, that thing never really got going. Snap was a little low, and when Tip Lady couldn't field it clean, he did the only thing he could, picked it up and took off. But Montpelier, give him credit, they're still battling hard. They were all over him, and the play gets snuffed out.
Yeah, do you think that was a contrived play, Spike, or do you think that just was something they knew they didn't have time to kick it, so they were going to improvise?
Well, I think that's what you automatically go to. If it's low, you know, I think that's automatically, he tries to pick it up and go and run more or less an option with that kicker. And John Collins certainly athletic enough to take that pitch and go with it if they get a little bit of room.
Who is our long snapper?
Jim, that's our do-it-all man, number 87, Matt Leininger. All right, let's catch up with the rest of our sponsors here. We've got Pisanello's Pizza with Craig and Sherry Myers for a measly $5. It's all you can eat from Monday through Saturday from 11 to 2, and then come back again on 4 to 8, Monday through Thursday, and again on Saturday. Eon Industries with Dale and Judy Leininger, the Henry County Bank in Henry County, B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking, a longtime Tiger sponsor, the Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini, Dave's Running Shop in Delta, Swanton Welding with Norm Zeider. All right, back to action here, kicking off, nice line drive, end over end kick down inside the 20-yard line, straight ahead wedge, and the Locomotives battle straight forward, and they get it across the 30 and up to the 32-yard line.
Once again, that was Jake Craigle, number 72, big tackle, big Southmore tackle for the Tigers on the kick.
Well, Jimmy's getting it down just inside the 20-yard line now. Give that kid another year and get him a little more strength and experience and get that ball down there around the 10-yard line, and we're going to have ourselves something.
Yep. Kicking game is something always to be worked on, and as the season winds into the second season, you want your kicking game to be really polished.
All right, Montpelier with a white out to either side. Pro set in the backfield. Here is the give on a little draw. Not much there. It was
Matt Leininger initially.
Leininger to sniff that out originally, stuff that up. Loss of a yard on the play.
Then Nathan Zeiter in there on the clincher then.
Yeah, Ponton, number 20, Bear, number 74, and Zeiter, number 3, the linebacking core for the Tigers. Now Ponton and Lucas Bodenbender kind of trade sides, and Ponton drops off. Hard pass rush now from the backside by Myers. Myers almost catches up. Saw me downfield. Oh, Joe Jim, that was close.
Yeah, the timing wasn't quite there. I mean, he had coverage, but boy, that should have been his pass. But Montpelier guy, surprisingly, still had a shot at it and couldn't reel it in.
Well, and that's tough to do. You got some arms wailing away in your face, and you're trying to grab the ball and try to see through those arms. It's a tough grab. All right, now the Tigers make some adjustments. They're going to go with a few more defensive backs. Out comes linebacker Zeiter and Bodenbender at defensive end. Tigers go with the six-man line. And Bear, the lone linebacker. Now the lob over the middle on the little crossing route. That's incomplete. Good defense there by Tiplady, and that'll force a fourth down situation for Montpelier. 2:24 left here in the first quarter. Liberty leads it 13-0. More sponsors here. We've got Speece Trailer Court with Rick Speece. Rick, another old-time football player for Liberty Center. Also, Meyer Badenhop Insurance, Glenn Badenhop, owner with Bob and Marge Jurasics. Here's the punt. Hits at about the 40, takes a Montpelier roll. Parasini bobbles and recovers there on the 27-yard line.
Well, that was a good punt by Montpelier. They got some yards between their goal line and Tiger offense that comes on the field now, Spike.
Yeah, we're just about a 40-yard punt with that bounce. And now Liberty Center now finally pinned back in their own territory. They're going to take over on their own 26-yard line. Tigers come out with that standard two tight end set. Salmi, the wingback, outside the tight end on that right side. Here is Myers for his first throw, and it's wide open! A nice grab there, the ball loose. Salmi there to pick it up. He's at the 30, he's at the 20, he sidesteps a man, down to the 10, down to the 8-yard line. It was a great grab in the open field by Leininger, and then Leininger had an arm snake around behind him to knock it loose. But it was Salmi right there to pick it up and carry the mail.
Boy, that's a play that was a real fan pleaser, Spike. You couldn't draw it up that way, but she come bouncing right up to Dustin Salmi. Yeah, I know what to do with this, and he rails it in, and off to the races goes he. So it was a big play by the Tigers, but I'm sure the Tiger tight end there, Matt Leininger, would like to have another crack at hanging on that ball.
63-yard gain for Liberty Center. It was Salmi recovering the ball at about the 35 and put on three whirling dervish moves. Now the pitch back to Ponton. Ponton right through the pile and drags and grunts his way down near the 5-yard line. We're going to call it second down and about maybe about 8 yards to go. Now they're going to spot the ball down around the 7. Gain of about 3, second down and 7 on the 7-yard line. Second and goal, we'll call it. Chain gang down. Well, it didn't take Liberty Center long to make up all that field position.
No, Brian Dotson and Jonathan Power in at guards.
All right, here's the give straight ahead. Ponton twists and turns. Digs his way down inside the 5 and down to the 3-yard line. You're sure you're right. You know, he didn't want to have to drop that football. They kind of come around behind him when he wasn't looking and knocked it out. But, you know, he's got a great pair of hands, Jim.
Oh.
And Myers with excellent touch.
Yeah, he showed that last week. Just going to make a wonderful tight end for the Tigers and knows how to move it when he gets it.
Well, here's power football. Ponton down to near the end zone, and he's in for the touchdown. Liberty Center jams their third score in here in the first quarter. They lead it 19-0. Boy, Jim, that's just good straight-ahead power football. Liberty Center not using anything really out of the ordinary. No wing-back reverses as of yet, just straight-ahead football. They lead it 19-0.
Yeah, I think the coaches will probably be happy with the execution as a whole. You know, whatever they've tried to do, they've been successful at, even with using a lot of underclassmen here and there.
All right, the holder is Tip Lady. Collins to kick again. It's up, drives it through. And gone! Oh, Jim, that's a good sight to see. We need John Collins' leg.
Yeah, now that's 2 for 2 that he's actually attempted. Now, he was back here, looked like he was going to try to kick it last time, but was unhappy with the snap and the way that was all handled, so then they tried to run it, if you recall. So, actually, he can tow it up.
Well, it's good to see him get a little mustard into that thing at time. You know, that's been a big thing with him, you know. The confidence thing, he'll kick well in practice, and then perhaps the snap is low or maybe the hold is off or whatever happens, he mishits. But that time a good driving kick, and now maybe something to build on for John. Okay, back to our sponsors. That Meyer Badenhop Insurance with Bob and Marge Jurassics in Liberty Center. Also Liberty Hardware with Randy and Velma Hall. And their signature trademark is the Martin Senior Paints. Also Liberty Center Lodge 518 and the Liberty Center Athletic Boosters. Also from the private sector, we've got Donnie Sharp and John Slagle. Also Herb Murdoch and his grandson Scott Judge sponsoring Liberty Center. Also Al Cimbola. And with an eye there for his nephew, Brad Cimbola, number 70. Now end-over-end kick taken down there on the 20-yard line, straight up the middle. A very spirited run there by the Locomotives, not backing off. He took it right into the teeth of the defense and a good return up to about the 37-yard line.
On the stop there, Spike.
Yeah, John, you'll get his head in here and there on the special teams all night long. John, pretty good little ball player.
That'd be some of Maribel's relation, isn't that right, Spike?
Jim, no, we aren't going there this year, old buddy. That's Mary Beth. All right, now they show spread formation right. Go back to the left with it. Nate Bear right there, along with help from Parasini and Bodenbender. And a gain of about 5 yards on the play for Montpelier. A little misdirection.
Yeah, that was a hard driving runner there by the Montpelier Locomotives.
Well, they can't slug it out toe-to-toe in the trenches. They've got to use some angles, and they've got to use a little bit of chicanery now to try to make something happen on offense.
Well, that's where coaching comes in, Spike. You're supposed to see what they won't let you have and try and find something you could get away with.
All right, swing pass caught out there. Nice one-handed grab. Tackle made by Bear with an assist from Parasini. And it's a Montpelier Locomotive first down, Jim. Gain of about 7 on the play. He went up, made a nice grab, got it 1 mid up there, and kept it under control.
Yeah, no question. They did earn that first down. You know, if you get it by a penalty or something. But that was some good offense there. They mixed it up a little bit, and, so Montpelier's ready for second quarter here. But they're found himself in a hole, 20-0.
All right, now we get into some of our parents. We've got Louis Miller, along with that's Mary Beth Collins, Jim.
Okay.
Chester and Nola Short, and Chad for their son, grandson, and nephew John Collins. Also, we've got Mike and Linda Cimbola for their son Brad. Dave and Karen Moeller, along with Todd and Jason for their son and brother Kevin. Rich and Pat Myers for their son, the quarterback, Tim Myers. The Dale and Judy and all the rest of the Liningers for Matt Leininger. Also, Mike and Jana Bodenbender, along with Katie and Emily, wishing their son Lucas Bodenbender, number 64, good luck on the season. You know, Jim, and somebody we hardly ever remember is the firemen who are out here every stinking week taking care of all the rotten stuff, you know, directing traffic. They're always out there helping out.
Yeah, parking cars and whatnot, and you know, that maybe works okay when the weather's perfect and it's nice and short sleeve weather, but we know during the course of the football season that there's some pretty nasty times when they're out there, so we do thank them, and they're a piece of this whole Tiger tradition and what you see as you're come to enjoy a Tiger football game, Spike. It's just everybody wearing orange and black, doing what they can.
Well, I still can't get over how beautiful those uniforms are. Last tackle, I believe, there was made by number 64, Lucas Bodenbender. Good solo tackle from his defensive end spot. Montpelier with a wide formation to the left. Quarterback rolling out, in trouble, and Sagarino!
Number 53.
Brian Dotson, put him down right now, baby. On the carpet, eating dust.
Yeah, right defensive end position. He just, saw the play rolling his way and sniffed it out, eluded the blockers, and nailed the quarterback for a loss. Good play.
Tyler Bergstedt, another sophomore, saw some action on that last play, Jim, number 59. And it's good to see the Tigers. They're in a game that they pretty sure they're going to be able to handle Montpelier, and it's getting a few new bodies in there occasionally.
Oh, that's just so important as the season begins to go.
Great pressure there from Leininger, thrown downfield, incomplete. Kyle Parasini all over the intended receiver.
Yeah, as the games get tougher rolling through that schedule, it's just so good to know that you've got depth at just about every position where you can plug somebody in that has been there and done that just a little bit. And what a great program that Rex Lindgren's got rolling here, Spike. I mean, this has been year in and year out. I mean, these Tiger fans show up and they expect what they've been getting.
Number 88, Dan Laver, cover man on the whiteout on punt formation. Good spiraling kick short, but takes a Montpelier roll. Over there is Parasini, picks it up. He's going to try to make something out of it. He's going down the sidelines, waiting there on a block, makes a nice move. He's at the 40. They're not going to get him, Jim, if he keeps his balance. He's at the 10, the 5, makes a break, and he's into the end zone. Jim, there's a ball player gained desire. Kyle Parasini picked the ball up way back at the 24-yard line. And Jim, he wanted end zone all the way. He wasn't going to down the ball. He broke 3 tackles, waited on a great block, and it was number 66, Adam Bloomfield, who had to control himself and not throw a clip. And then Parasini battled his way the last 10 yards into pay dirt, and the Tigers have a 26-0 lead.
You couldn't make it any prettier, Spike. His run or your call on it.
Oh, Jim, I got the easy part, buddy. That Kyle Parasini's hungry. Hungry for those good things, baby. All right. Now the hold down, the kick is up, and Collins drives it through again. Oh, baby. Oh, yes. You got to be liking this kicking now.
Yeah, Tigers showing a little polish on that kicking game, and we know that certainly that was one of the things the coaches said they were going to work on. The point after, the conversion, sometimes that's vitally important. Getting back to Parasini's run, he's back there. Here comes the ball, and it looks like, well, it's bouncing around a little bit, and yet he says, I can do something with this ball. So he gathers it in and off to the races. But what effort, Spike. He's going to love looking at that. I mean, he gave it all.
Well, Jim, Kyle's been a new player this year, his senior year, and it's really been a coming out year for him. And I tell you what, Collins may not miss another kick all season because this kid now's got confidence. And, John, pretty confident young man anyway in his own abilities. And I think this is just going to do nothing but send him all the way.
Absolutely. That's 3 in a row for him, 3 attempts and 3 conversions. And we can't, something that was bobbled and a mishandled conversion effort, we can't knock the kicker on that because he never put a toe to it.
Yep,
so we're calling him 3 for 3 tonight.
All right, 10-12 to go here in the second quarter, and Liberty Center already leads it 27-0. Number 88, the coverage guy on this side, Laver. On the other side, number 82, Matt Scarberry. Kick comes down at the 26. Tries to go behind some blockers. If he can cut this one up, but no way, baby. Right there to answer the bell.
Number 4, Mitch Shaddy. Mitch
All
Shaddy
right.
on the open field tackle there.
Jim, that was a big hit, too, because there wasn't much left between him and the goal line, 60 yards away. 10:06 to go. Montpelier will take over at their own 33.
This is the kind of game where the substitutes, all the numbers, the multitude that the Tigers have standing along the sidelines, all get to get in on the action sometimes, Spike.
All right, give straight ahead, and oh, my. Well, you can pick out who you want to give that tackle to.
Yeah, Matt Lining there, Lucas Bodenbender, Brian Dotson, all of them in there.
Kyle Bodenbender, number 62, also in on that play, I believe. I believe that was a 62. Oh, man. Jim, number 8. I think he's out of it. He's wobbling. They're trying to hold him up.
Yeah, they better get him down, Spike.
You know, in a game like this, Jim, it's in the second quarter, and it's pretty much decided. The outcome is pretty much decided. Now the trouble is, Liberty Center, you've got to give your starting team some reps on both sides of the ball, but yet you're going to hit a certain point where are the players going to give you 100% on every play, knowing that it's a mismatch?
That's where you really unload the bench and get the young people in there and just give them a taste at executing both on offense and defense, Spike.
All right, Montpelier now with 2 wideouts to the right side. Straight drop back, lob, caught over there behind the line of scrimmage, and battles his way up to the 40-yard line. We're going to have a penalty along the side. That might go against Liberty.
Justin Selmy on the first hit there, but he didn't quite get him. Then there was some other Tigers in on the action there.
Yeah, I'm thinking it had to be some sort of a headgear tackle. We'll wait for the ruling. Well, while they sort that out, we'll run through our sponsors one more time. Yeah, that was face mask on Liberty, and they're going to call it a first down. Lynn and Jerry Ripke at Trucker's Paradise on the corner of 109 and 24. Homemade pies, their specialty. Also soups and home-cooked dinners every day. Breakfast anytime also. Hours Monday through Friday, 5 to 6 p.m. and Saturday, 5 to 2. Also Miller Brother Trucking in Napoleon with Skip Miller. Holgate Metal Fab in Napoleon with Jeff Spangler. Dave's Auto Service with Dave Perry. And the Liberty Products with Terry Bowers. Montpelier now with their best field position of the evening. They got the ball on the Liberty Center's 46-yard line. Wide formation to the left. Straight drop. That's almost picked off by Nate Bear. Tried to scoop it up off the shoe tops.
Yeah, that was down on his ankle, Spike. That'd been an awful good play if he could do it, but he made a good break on the ball. He saw where it was going to be, and he just about picked her off. And if he would have, he'd have had 6 points quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was definitely a tough grab. That'll make it second down and 10 for Montpelier. Also, we've got the Sky Bank in Liberty Center. KK Collision with Kyle Kern on the north edge of town. LR Babcock Plumbing and Heating, Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown. Both those guys have sons on this football team. In trouble, Sangarino, Brian Dotson. Jim, what a man in a 145-pound frame.
Oh, he was right in there. In fact, a lot of the Tiger line was getting there. Bodenbender was right there ready to close on him, too. But, yeah, Brian Dotson got back there and nailed him. They're kind of going backwards.
Well, third down, and we're going to call it about 19 yards for Montpelier. Ball on Pelier's 47. 9 minutes to go here. Second quarter, Liberty Center with a comfortable lead here on TV5 by the score of 20-0. Now straight drop back, throws the home run ball up there, and just out of reach.
Tim Myers had it step for step, though, so good coverage there by the Tiger senior. Played a good game last week. That was his first real crack at the quarterback spot, and in on passing. He was 7 of 12, Spike, and played good hard defense. And of course, he's a good coverage guy here tonight. So looking for a lot of things out of Tim Myers this year.
Oh yeah, looking real smooth, Jim. A very polished player. Now Montpelier back in punt formation. Back deep is Kyle Parasini. Here is the kick. They're going to try to keep it away from Parasini down along the left hash mark, and that'll roll dead just inside the 20-yard line. Parasini wisely stays away. And the Locomotives get off about we're going to call it about a 38-yarder. Tigers will take over on their own 19-yard line. 8.5 minutes left here, period number 2. Also, Davis Farm Services with Karen Howell there, offer branches in Delta and in Liberty Center. Also, Pisanello's Pizza, Craig and Sherry Myers. Love that buffet. Was just up there the other night, Jim, for buffet. I've been eating pretty good lately. Eating cherry pie and Pisanello's Pizza Buffet, baby.
Seems like TV5 ought to sample a little of that stuff at halftime, Spike.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, though, I was smart enough to stay away from the double cheeseburger extravaganza on last Saturday. Won by one of the Tiger football players who will let go unmentioned. But just by the ironic luck of the draw here, our next sponsor, Eon Industries, with Dale and Judy Leininger. All right, 8.5 to go here. Tigers take over, 1st and 10 on their own 19-yard line. Here is the give straight ahead, and Montpelier there waiting for that. You know, Montpelier senses that Liberty's going to play a pretty vanilla offense, and they were all there to stop that fullback dive.
Yeah, you have to give credit to the Montpelier line of scrimmage so far. I mean, they're in there scrapping for all they're worth, and that's a credit to the league, Spike. I mean, they can be outmatched and know that it isn't going to get any better tonight, but they've got their pride, and they're hitting as hard as they can.
Well, yeah, I mean, they might be outgunned, but they're not quitting by any means. Tigers now 2nd and 11, loss of a yard on the play. Give to the first back through again. That's Tip Lady, I believe, and he's going to battle his way back to the 20-yard line. We're going to give him 2 yards into the teeth of that Montpelier defense, and it'll be 3rd down and about 9 yards to go.
I didn't quite understand the blocking scheme on that play, Spike. Looked like the lineman, maybe that was, I don't know. They just sort of were heading downfield. And defensive line for Montpelier had a free crack at him.
Yeah, well, Montpelier's got pride. They closed what they had to stop it. Now the pitch, I believe that's Silvas.
Kurt Silvas.
Nice cutback across the grain. Look at that kid battle. Kurt Silvas. We're going to give him about 7 on the play. 6, we'll call it a 6-yard gain for Silvas. It'll bring up 4th down, but the ball now 4th down and about 3 yards to go. Clock running at the 7:05 mark in the 2nd quarter, and the Tigers now in punt formation.
Yeah. John Golden Toe Collins back there ready to kick one, Spike.
Yeah, Tyler Sharp, number 83, into the game now as a tackle on that left side. Labor and Salmi, the cover man, low line drive kick, and picked up there at the 38. Reverses his field back around the right side, gets around one Tiger, breaks the tackle, and battles his way up near the 50, and we're going to have a flag.
Well, I hate to see a flag come out from 40 yards away, Spike, and that's he saw something there, but man, he was a long ways away to throw that flag.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how they untangle this one. Clip called there by our ace cameraman.
From a long ways away.
Okay, we got her all sorted out now. Montpelier with 1st and 10 on the 38. Give it straight ahead, and another stinking rotten yellow flag. No wonder this game's taking so long, Tom. All right, to the line of scrimmage, 2 wideouts to the left side. Pro set in the backfield. Tigers trying to get in there. Uh-oh, now a breakaway. He's at the 40, the 50, and hauled down over there by Drew Tiplady. A big gain for the Montpelier Locomotives, and that gives the fans and parents something to cheer about on that other side.
I don't know quite how that happened, Spike, but all of a sudden he was streaking up the sideline, and Tiplady had a good angle on him and made good. But a big gainer for the Locomotives there.
Down inside the 40-yard line into Tiger territory. We got a wide formation to the left, single setback. Now the rollout has got time. Caught over there down at the 34 and a fumble. But the official now, they're going to wave that thing dead. I'm not sure you, of course, maybe a pass receiver hit, loses forward progress, stopped. They're going to rule the ball down right there. Whistle must have blown.
Oh, my. Well, that's just a tough call. It was a nice pass play. The quarterback rolling out and on the move threw a strike out there, Spike, so we got to like that piece of play there for the Locomotives. But it looked like he fumbled it. Didn't have possession maybe.
All right, now the two wide outs split wide to the right for Montpelier. Give off that right side. Nothing doing there. That's Adam Bloomfield blasting him back in the backfield for another loss. Now wide out to spread out to either side for Montpelier. Straight drop back. Now throws a little swing pass, and that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, he
Gotta
was.
bring up fourth down.
Receiver was well covered on that, but it wasn't a good toss. He threw it into the dirt, and maybe that's a good quarterback choice, Spike.
Well, he hasn't had a whole lot of time. They were bearing down on him again, Jim. Parasini, the lone return man for the Tigers. The punt sails high. Parasini takes it there in about the 7. He's going to try to turn a corner. He's got some room. He's got a wedge. Now looking for a block. Makes a move, a straight arm. Fights his way up to the 40-yard line. Kyle Parasini racking up the return yardage tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Tigers will take over 1st and 10 at the 39.
Spike, a couple good blocks out there. Brian Dotson upfield here, but to spring him way back there shortly after he made the reception, Nate Bayer, number 74, made a nice block. So
Tigers come to the line of scrimmage. Zider, the tight end, on the right. And Leininger, the tight end, on the left. Salmi, the wingback. Here is the give up inside.
Rodney Ponton, I believe.
Ponton, the ball carrier. Gain of about 4 on the play. Clock running. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left here. Now Salmi wings up, lines up as the wing on the right side for the Tigers. Goes in motion right, or in left, excuse me. Give to Ponton again. Ponton driving straight ahead up near the 48-yard line, very close to first down yardage.
Yeah, he was moving right into traffic there, but give that left offensive line credit for moving them back, Spike. Craigle and Shane Wesley getting a lot of tackle work out there.
All right, now Salmi motion to the right. Here's the give to Tiplady. Tiplady carries a couple of tacklers up around the 50, and that'll be a gain of 3 and a Tiger first down. Clock stops at the 3:02 mark, while that very experienced chain gang on the move there. Leading the way, Andy Miller on the front box down by the front chain down by the 40. All right, Tigers come out. Now Zider spread wide to the right. Salmi in motion. Salmi has it. He's going to try to get outside. Breaks a tackle. Stays on his feet and battles his way down inside the 40-yard line. A nice little piece of running by Salmi. Side to the left, Kyle Parasini in the slot outside. Now he comes in motion toward the football. Here is the pitch to Ponton. Gets the handle, breaks the tackle, and battles goes all the way down to the 40-yard line. That's going to be, or down to the 30. It's going to be close to a 10-yard gain and a Tiger first down.
Spike, that was a wonderful downfield block just ahead of him there by number 53, Brian Dotson. I mean, the play was already stopped, but boy, he was doing his job, and you just love that when somebody's out in front of those backs doing all he can do to advance it.
Yeah, you can't say enough for number 53, Brian Dotson. And, you know, we mentioned 145 pounds of gristle and gut and 100% Tiger desire. Okay, back to action here. The Tigers, second down and maybe inches to go. We've got double wideouts to the right side. Now Parasini goes in motion. Give to Tip Lady. Tip Lady off the left side. And streaks and turns and twists down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Gain of 6 on the play, a Tiger first down.
Yeah, Adam Bloomfield throwing a nice block out there, Spike.
Okay, also in the game now, number 57 for Liberty Center, Jonathan Power, 186-pound, 5'2" sophomore. Lining up at a tackle on that right side beside Brad Simbola, the senior, number 70. Myers under center. Parasini spread wide to the right along with Zeider. Flag on the play. That must be.
Any underclassmen in and out all the time, and you wonder if you can really have the 2-minute drill.
All right, Tigers with those same wideouts to the right side. Myers on a straight drop back. Has time in the pocket. Now has to eat the football. Hey, the Montpelier Locomotives, for the most part, haven't quit, and it's Myers being sacked back near the 40-yard line.
Well, no question. I think they knew it was going to be a pass. The clock beginning to run down, and so they were coming, Spike. Nothing to lose, everything to gain if they could nail the Tiger quarterback, which they did. But, boy, they're down 27-0, and there's $1:22 left on the clock.
Tigers line up the ball at Montpelier's 39. Straight formation. Now Myers, play action. Rolling out to the right, looking downfield. He's got Salmi, but he can't get it to him. He tucks it in and back down to the 30-yard line. Gain of about 9 for Tim Myers. I called Salmi. I believe that was Zeider down there, the intended receiver down near the 10-yard line. But good coverage there by Montpelier. And now Liberty facing a third and about 15 yards to go. Ball on the 30. Or excuse me, the 34, they need to get down to the 15-yard line. Wide out is Parasini on the left. Myers dropping back, throws deep for Leininger, and knocked away. Good defensive play there by Montpelier. Number 45, Jim, for Montpelier, has played well all night from a wideout spot, and that time on defense. Number 45, Travis Briner, a 5'9" senior.
Well, I was going to say, Montpelier has some nice athletes, but, of course, the game of football, you need a whole team of them. In fact, you need 2 teams of them. You've got to have offensive and defensive, and then you've got to have some depth on the sidelines. And, well, the Tigers, at least here, have been able to have things pretty much their own way, Spike. But as you say, there's some bright spots for that locomotive team out there.
Well, all right, here we go. We think that was roughing the passer call.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're going to go with. So now the Tigers have a first down at the Montpelier 15-yard line. 36 seconds left. Here is the inside reverse, and nothing doing there.
Yeah. You know, if they would have only sniffed that just a little bit, Tip Lady shouldn't have handed that off because he had open sailing. He didn't. I mean,
Hey,
you know, the play was
Jim,
gone.
we got something going here. Tigers almost caught Montpelier not ready on defense. Myers, straight drop back, is going to throw out there to Parasini, caught at the 10 and battles his way down inside the 5-yard line. They're down close to the 5-yard line, and we've got a Tiger timeout with 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, boy, that's a nice pattern. Nathan Zeider was over there right in that spot, and they sort of, I don't say it was a pick or a screen, but they give the locomotive something to worry about right there. As soon as Zeider cleared out, then the pass was open. Nice toss.
Yeah, Tiger running that guy down underneath the deep receiver. And, you know, with Leininger out there at tight end, that gives them a lot of opportunities to do some strange things. Tigers, you know, this is a unique year because we've got probably one of the best straight drop back passers and maybe a little bit of rollout passers that we've had in many years in the form of Tim Myers, and with a true tight end to throw to along with a couple of other talented wideouts.
Yeah, I agree, Spike. We ought to get a good opportunity at seeing a lot of balance from the Tigers offensively this year, because we all know that Troy Westhoven has moved on, and so we've got to find a way to do things. But this is going to be a good Tiger unit here this year.
All right, Tyler Berkstead, the tackle on the right side. Bloomfield, the guard on that right side. Tigers are going to set for a field goal here. It will be attempted 15. It'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up. It's long enough. And baby Cakes, count it up, baby. It's good. Jimmy, I love to see them three-point field goals. And John Collins is riding on cloud nine now.
Well, that's
it's 30-0 with a second remaining in the first half.
That's what a kicking game can do for you, Spike. There are times when you just can't move the ball, and if you're close enough and it's a polished play, then you just think nothing of it. We're gonna kick it. And Mr. Collins having a wonderful night here throwing that football.
Yeah, what do we call that? A 25-yard attempt. And Jim, I tell you what, that Screaming Mimi would have been good, I believe, from about 35 anyway.
Onside kick.
For Montpelier, ball at midfield. And they're going to just take a knee. Tigers were dropping 6 ball players back. So at the end of the first half, on the strength of John Collins, 3 for 3 on the extra point after touchdown kicks, and a 25-yard field goal that probably would have been good, Jim. I'll say 60 stinking yards. It's Liberty Center 30 and Montpelier nothing. We'll be back with the halftime statistical wrap-up. Field loosening up in preparation for the second half. We'll go over the halftime stats here. On the defensive side of the football, leading tackler for Liberty Center was Nathan Bear with 7, Matt Leininger with 3, and Bodenbender also with 3. In the sack department, Brian Dotson 2 for a minus 10 yards. It was Dustin Salmi with a fumble recovery someplace between the 30 and 35-yard line and taking it all the way down inside the 10. Hurries, quarterback Hurries, Bear, Simbola, Leininger, and Zeider. Time of possession in the first half, Liberty Center had the football nearly 2/3 of the time, 14 and a half minutes. Montpelier had it for 9 and a half minutes. Now on the offensive side of the football, rushing, Rodney Ponton, 12 carries for 68 yards. Number 20, Rodney Ponton, 12 carries, 68 yards. It was Tiplady, 4 carries for 67 yards. Then it was, let's see here, Salmi, 2 carries for 6 yards. Kurt Silvas, 3 carries for 8 yards. Myers, 2 carries for 0 yards. Parasini, 1 carry on an inside reverse for a minus 3. And Eric Weimer, number 35, 1 carry for 6. Tim Myers, 2 of 3 passing for 55 yards. Let's see. For Liberty, that was 154 yards rushing on 25 carries, 6 yards a carry. The total offense, 205 yards of total offense, 28 attempts for 7.3 yards per play. The Tigers had 8 first downs, 1 by passing, 5 by rushing, 2 by penalty. Montpelier, they had 5 first downs, 2 by penalty. Liberty was penalized 5 times for 45 yards. Montpelier penalized 5 times for 40 yards. Montpelier had 11 carries for a total of 15 yards. And in the passing department, they were 4 of 15 for 15 yards. Every one of those caught by number 45, Travis Briner. So altogether for Montpelier, 26 plays for 30 yards for 1.1 yards per play. And of course, then there was the kicking of John Collins, 3 of 3 on the point after touchdown and the 25-yard field goal. So Liberty Center here kicking off in the second half. They lead it 30-0 here on NCTV 5. Craig will kick, high end over end, comes down short at the 25-yard line. Straight ahead return, snowed under there by about 4 Tigers. Collins in there along with Hefflinger. And we'll give Nate Bear a little credit, probably another guy or two, Jim. But anyway, Montpelier starts over here in the second half. They got a much-needed break. They'll take over on their own 32-yard line. Here is the give.
Oh, boy, number 56, Shane Wesley in there right at the point where the ball was handed off. He was there, and for a loss, very first offensive play from Montpelier. It was a pretty impressive first half, Spike, on what the Tigers could do offensively. And then again, defensively, they pretty well had a door slammed on those locomotives.
Yeah, pretty well in hand almost by the second possession of the game. Montpelier now the spread right formation, quarterback rolling that way, swings it out into the flats, just overthrown to his favorite target, number 45, Briner. That will bring up 3rd down and 13 on the play. Montpelier, for the most part, Jim, it appears they've given up even trying to run the football much on, or trying to establish a running game, per se, here tonight, as they've passed the ball now 7 more times.
Yeah, they relying on the athleticism of their quarterback, and his favorite target, though, as you pointed out earlier, is number 45. That seems to be the pitch and catch group.
All right, wideouts again to the offensive right side of the Montpelier Locomotives. Rolls out, great pressure from Myers. Now a little swing back pass going the other way. He's got a lot of running room. Only one man left is Tiplady. Battles through 3 tacklers. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5. It's a Montpelier touchdown. 71 yards away. Oh my, the Tiger Brain Trust may not be too happy with that, Jim. That really wasn't...
no, it seems as though the right end over there in the Tigers got suckered in just a little bit, and I believe that'd be Lucas Bodenbender, but I'll tell you, thinking of last year and thinking of last week and even here tonight, Lucas Bodenbender doesn't get smoked very often. But good play there by the Locomotives. They got around the Tigers and put a score up.
And block still rolling loose. I think those can be picked up and returned. Uh-oh, flag on the play. But blocked at the line of scrimmage on the point after touchdown kick.
That pass play that went for a touchdown for the Locomotives, I see Lucas Bodenbender making a hard chase over there, but from his defensive end position, I'm not sure who has pass coverage over there, but just a breakdown in coverage, and a fleet-footed Montpelier fellow knew what to do when he got that ball, Spike. He just did a burn-up job making it to the goal line, so that's something for the Locos to cheer for, and well, the Tigers are itching to get back at on the offensive side.
Well, they showed everybody on the right side of the field on their formation, of course, then threw back left. Now Montpelier lines up the way they did to open the game with everybody on that wide side of the field. You know, perhaps now that they're on the board with a 30-6 score, yeah, here they go. No, now they're going to fake it. Well, it looked good for a minute, Jim. We thought we might get a little extracurricular there.
I thought the referee was going to get in the way on that one.
Yeah. All right, driving, low line drive there. Finally picked up by Tip Lady. Straight ahead and brought down right away at the 26-yard line. Well, Montpelier now, the little flare in their step. They've done something good, and they're feeling good about themselves.
Yeah, number 58 for the Locomotives made a good stick there on the kickoff coverage. So Tigers with field position on their own 26-yard line.
Dotson, the guard on the left. Bodenbender, the tackle on the left, and Leininger, the tight end on the left side. Tigers in the wing back right. Here's the give to Ponton. Ponton picks his way through and gets up across the 30-yard line and up to about the 31, we'll call it. We'll see where they mark his forward progress.
Good blocking on the Tiger left side of the line there. Bodenbender nailed his man good.
Gain of about 5 for Ponton. He's been the workhorse tonight with 12 carries for 68 yards in that first half. 10 and a half to go here, third quarter. Liberty 30, Montpelier 6. Here, gives straight ahead to Salmi. Salmi picks his way through up to the 40-yard line. A gain of 8 and a Tiger first down. Gives Salmi 9 on the play.
Salmi can eat up those yards in a hurry, Spike. If he's got a crack to get through, he's coming.
I'll tell you what, he was almost off to the race. The race is right on that play. First and 10, ball now. Liberty Center has it, the nose of it across their own 40-yard line. Now Parasini, I believe, in there at the wing left spot. Here is the fake. Give to the first back through there. I believe Tip Lady. Gain of about, we'll say 3 on the play as they unpile.
Shane Wesley seeing a lot of time out there at right tackle for the Tigers.
Not Ponton on the bottom of that pile getting up. We'll give him 3 yards on it. Well, now practically, yeah, a long 3. Second down and 7, clock running, 9.5 left here, period number 3. Parasini, the wing back out on the left side, 2 tight ends set. Ponton and Salmi in the backfield. Here's the give to Salmi, right side, tries to cut up inside the block of Simbola pulling across, and maybe a yard gain. Nate Bear still the center for the Tigers. Simbola, the guard on the right, and we'll get the number of the tackle. Here is Myers, fake, play action, throws downfield, just over the head of Kyle Parasini. And the Montpelier defensive back getting a little lick of his own in there after some of the shots he's taken on Parasini. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 6 for Liberty Center.
Good pressure by the Locomotive defensive line, putting a lot of heat on Tim Myers as he faded and rolled a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, Montpelier hasn't quit. They might not be up to snuff, but they certainly haven't let down yet. Back in punt formation is John Collins. And now a Montpelier timeout. Collins with the arm signal, takes the snap. Now gets off a beautiful punt. Comes right down, bobbled there at the 33. Hemmed in and snowed under.
Yeah,
number 83.
83 and 87 in there. 83 would be Tyler Sharp.
Tyler Sharp.
Good coverage man on special teams. And then I believe number 87, our do-all tight end and nose tackle and catcher on the baseball team, Matt Leininger.
Montpelier now holding Liberty scoreless on their possession. And them after that, I believe, 79-yard play. Well, nevertheless, they get the football back. Now the quarterback rolling out to his left. He's got time. Up fakes. Makes a good move and battles his way up for some positive yardage.
Yeah,
up near the 30-yard line.
Nate Bayer nailed him over there at the sideline then, Spiker.
Yeah, you know, Jim, if he had a little more pounds up there in front of him. Give him a little more time to throw. He is a good athlete. 5'11", 150 pounds, Jim. They don't make him not one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, he's a tough athlete.
All right, spread formation to the right side, offensive side. Now they come back on that left. You know, that's been a couple times where Montpelier's had their success, as you know, is running away from the strength of the formation.
Adam Bloomfield coming out, and Lucas Bodenbender returning to the defensive lineup.
Now Bodenbender assumes the defensive end on the right, Dotson the defensive end on the left. Tigers with a four-back defensive back package, and that pass incomplete. Salmi went ahead and carried through on his tackle.
Yeah, quick coverage on Salmi, and that's one thing you like about the Tiger secondary, Spike. When they see where the play's going to be, they commit and they get there, and they're taught that. You know, don't dance around, get there, and then somebody else has to pick it up from there. New recruits out there. Got Todd Heffliner out there, number 41. Also John Collins.
Uh-oh, snap is low, blocked by Bloomfield. Picked up there by Cimbola. Cimbola battling and struggling. Carries it down to the 27-yard line. Adam Bloomfield on the block. And Cimbola almost broke that one for the touchdown on the recovery.
Yeah,
so
Adam
Liberty Center will take over on the Montpelier 23-yard line.
Adam Bloomfield looking good tonight. Had a good first half in doing a lot of playing and got through cleanly and knew how to block a football. That's a good feeling, Spike, if you've ever gotten a hold of one in the chops or something.
Oh, I'll bet I'd love to have that, Jim, 2 or 3 times a game. All right, they fake the option, give up inside. Salmi in the end zone. It's a Tiger touchdown. Jim, we lost the football.
Yeah, well, it's pretty easy to lose Dustin Salmi in traffic, but I'm telling you, that guy knows where the goal line is, and he was streaking there and hung up a 6-pointer.
Salmi from 23 yards out for the score, and the Tigers up their lead to 30 again at 36-6.
All right, we're fired up for John Collins' foot here.
Now Tim Myers will be the holder for Collins. Here's the snap. That's good. Set down good. Kick is up. Line drives through. And good again! Oh, yeah, baby. We're throwing a perfect game out there. Collins drills it. It's Liberty Center 37 and the Locos 6. Craigle now set to kick off for the Tigers. 7:24 to go here, period 3 on TV5. Craigle high end over end kick coming up short to the 23. Bobbled, picked up there, and run down. Good pursuit.
Number 4,
It
Mitch
was
Shaddy there.
Collins who made him belly outside, and again, number 4 on the tackle. Jim,
Mitch Shaddy
on the call. Well,
I'll tell you, Spike, the Tigers are putting a lot of numbers up there. You had a lot of positive stats for the Tigers on offense, but I'm telling you, we are loving the toe of John Collins tonight.
Yeah, you can see that all of a sudden those kicks have got some velocity to them, Jim, and they're driving straight through the uprights. All right, here we go. Montpelier showing wide formation to their offensive left side. Quick swing out there to Briner. Stays on his feet, breaks a couple of tackles, and battles up across the 30 to the 31. They've got to do something to slow down that Tiger pass rush. Now a wide out to either side.
Oh,
now
dropped the
fumbled
ball.
again on the snap. That ball loose. Horse collared there by Nate Bear. And it'll go for about no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and maybe the loss of a yard.
Dan Laver reporting out there.
Number 20, Rodney Ponton, comes off. 3rd and 7. Wide out to either side. Straight drop, 3-step drop, fires it out there quick, low, and I believe it's
number 9 and number 8 out there on coverage. Kyle Parasini and Tim Myers had him just about covered any way you could cover him, Spike.
Well, I tell you what, I believe they called that a catch. Jim, that ball never did get above the knees, and by the time it got to the receiver, it was down by the ankle somewhere. He hung on, and now we're out for our first measurement of the night. We'll see if our experienced Tiger Chain Gang crew was doing their homework here as they set up. No, they couldn't even finagle a couple of chain links there, and Montpelier picks up a first down.
Spike, there's got to be a little benevolence there, you know. I mean, the score 37-6. You got a couple links this way or a couple links that way, and well, that's just how it come out to. The Locos get a first down.
Well, it's good for the Locos to get those first downs, Jim, but our chain gang, you know, it's early season for them, and they've got to, they've got to remember, they've got to go through the rituals too.
That's true. They got to
regain their touch, you know.
Get the kinks out.
All right, now that wide side right, motion going back left, and give off there for 8 yards, and the Locomotives seem to have found something they like.
Well, Spike, you know, there's always an answer for everything, and that's why they make traps and counters and misdirections and reverses and you name it, and it's done. Well, maybe the Locomotives will pull a string here and there and find some way to, you know, maybe make a play here and there, but give them credit for trying.
Oh, no question about that at all. 2nd down and 2 for Montpelier. They've got the ball in their own 44. Straight drop back, quick out there, breaks one tackle, and Bear there to wrap him up. They're going to be, that's going to be close. I believe they may be short of the first down if the official here on our sideline goes with the right foot. The length of the football across the 45, and that will be short. 3rd down and less than a yard for Montpelier. 4:40 and clock running here in period number 3. Here on NCTV5, if you're just tuning in, it's Liberty Center 37, Montpelier 6. Now the Locomotives put two receivers, wide to the right, one wide to the left. Here's the quarterback on a sneak. And I don't know.
Nah, nothing doing there.
It depends on the forward progress. I don't believe he got it.
Host of Tigers right there nose up to him and says, I don't think so. He'll peel off Matt Leininger and Zeider in there. And just a bunch of Tigers saying, I don't think so.
Well, Montpelier got a left-footed spot that time. I don't know if they got their true test, but if I'm Montpelier, hey, what the heck, Jim, let's go for it. But they're back in punt formation. Kyle Parasini back deep for Liberty Center. Uh-oh, pitch to the up back, and it's a Montpelier first down. Jim, that's no good. They stole a page right out of Lindgren's playbook.
Yeah, they've been watching that and suffering by it for years, and so they tried it. But, hey, that kid earned it, too. He only got a foot to spare, and he kind of paid the price. But they do move the sticks, and so their drive is alive.
Now, I may have called that a pitch to the up back, but actually it was hiked straight to him, so gain of about a yard and a half, but enough for a Montpelier first down. Hey, you got to like that kind of football, Jim.
Oh, you find that in this league. I mean, it doesn't get any tougher year in and year out.
All right, the offensive line bunched in tight. Good pass rush by Dotson. Lob out there, caught! A great catch out there at the 30-yard line. Kyle Parasini did his best to try to run him down, but not after. Uh-oh. A flag on the play. That's 10 yards downfield from the line of scrimmage. I imagine they were figuring by this time to have a full second unit in there. But the Locomotives continuing to battle.
Yeah, they're finding their passing game is kind of functioning for them here, Spike.
Yeah, the shorter drops and quicker releases are doing it for them. Now they got the wide formation right. Here is the little draw play give off there. That's going nowhere. Slammed down by Leininger and number 15.
Shane Wesley.
Yeah, Wesley.
But in addition to that, and I didn't get his number, but right there at the line of scrimmage, at the point of attack, he was denied. And then, of course, the Tigers that we mentioned there were there to really put the hurt on him.
Yeah. Now, Montpelier having a hard time containing Leininger, and, of course, that just opens it up for everybody else. Now the wide out formation again to the right, wing on the right. A little pump fake. Quarterback steps up, now lobs deep, and Salmi. Great protection.
Yeah, there was a little bumping going on there. I think the Montpelier boy thought he was interfered as he tried to run his pattern.
Jim, we do have a yellow flag.
Yeah, I saw that
there.
spike, and I think they're going to call interference on the Tigers. And I don't know that that's quite warranted because it was incidental contact, but he was trying to make his cut, and they were kind of bumping into each other, so that's what we get. You watch the receiver running his pattern, they kind of mixed it up a little bit, unintentional maybe, and a lot of times there's a no call on that, but I think at Locomotives, with their situation, it was an interference.
All right, single setback, everything else wide to the left. Now here's the lob, and incomplete. Smack down over there by Myers.
Timmy Myers.
And that'll bring up second down and 10.
Good timing on his part. Man, he's working out. You know, to cover those pass patterns, he's going full tilt on defense. Now he's got to step over and take the snaps on the offense.
Yeah. Now the Tiger fans now coming alive with their hit chant, wanting to shut the Montpelier Locomotives out of the end zone here. Now straight drop, throw into the end zone, and picked off by Laver. Laver off the right side, saves the day for Liberty Center. I believe that was Laver, number 88.
Yeah, it was. Rod Laver, you got to love that for that man. He goes out there in certain circumstances or what all, and he saw that pass coming. He says, I can be the receiver.
Yeah, Dan Laver, a senior, what you would call a nickel or a dime back in the Tigers package. And now Liberty Center snuffs out the Montpelier rally. They'll take over. Ball spotted on the 9-yard line. Well, Laver saw that thing coming. Good anticipation there.
Yeah.
And did his job as that nickel back.
Nice play by Dan Laver.
All right, Tigers now with a double wing formation, it looks like. Straight ahead, give to, oh boy, was that Salmi? Yeah, I believe Salmi, number 2. Buddy, he was straight up the gut. I mean, up the gut.
Sometimes you can't find him, but doesn't take him long, and they provided a little crack for him to get through, and he does move the sticks.
12-yard gain for Salmi. Now the Tigers have a first down at the 21-yard line. Salmi lining up on the right, and I believe Ponton on the left in the backfield. Here is the pitch to Ponton off the right side. He follows a couple of tackles, or breaks a couple tackles, all the way up. Now he's into the open, down the sideline. One man left, holds it down to the 30-yard line. Rodney Ponton off to the Camptown races, baby. He was singing his song all the way down the sideline for a gain of 49 yards for Rodney Ponton. Now we'll call it a flat 50.
Good,
ball on the 29.
Good strong run, Spike. He was in traffic, and once he got the open field, he was picking him up and putting him down, and the Locomotive did get him. But good run by Rodney Ponton.
Yeah, Ponton's the type of runner, Jim, who'll only get stronger and only get better as the season goes on. Now the Tigers give to that first back through. Salmi bangs his way and drives his feet down inside the 25, down to the 22. Gain of 7 yards for Salmi. Tigers marching relentlessly on here against Montpelier. 1:15 to go here, period number 3. It's second down, and we'll call it 3 on the 22-yard line.
Tiger offensive line doing what they do so well, Spike. They just plain dominate, and once that occurs, then that provides ample opportunity for any play you can dream of.
All right, Tigers with a wing back set left. Here's the give to Ponton. Battling straight forward, has the first down. Myers, oh my, come on. Jim, it isn't fair when they run trick plays. How do they expect me to cover that?
Well, he had the ball well hidden. In fact, dark jerseys with a brown football sometimes is hard to pick it out from our angle right now, Spike.
Well, I could have, my apologies to Tim. I could have been bragging about a nice run that he had, and here I thought Ponton had the football.
Well, Tim's getting it done. We've seen him throw some nice passes and have good coverage on defense, too.
All right, new formation here. Single setback is Ponton. Here is the fake reverse. Myers has it, breaks one tackle, and hauled down there at the line of scrimmage. Flag on the play about 5 yards deep. And that might be, if I read his signal right, holding on the Tigers.
Yeah, somebody was making a block down there and wasn't quite in position, so a little extracurricular on the arm contact.
Well, it's good for Tim to get a little extra running experience here. He'll need it down the road somewhere, I'm sure. At best, even weight with Liberty Center, or perhaps undersized, maybe. But the Tigers chewing up the yardage, though, even though it's 2nd and 20. Now give to Salmi, right side. Jim, I tell you, there's a guy that really drives those feet for no more.
Yeah, it looks as though he's got about one gear, and that's full bore.
Yeah.
Give him the ball, and he's going. He needs a crack. He needs some way to get started. But boy, if there's a little avenue, Salmi's going to be pouring through that.
Yeah, we're having good. I don't think we've ever, other than the Carpenters who aren't in business anymore, that's the only one we've ever lost. All right, Tigers set to go here. 2nd and 16. Myers quick drop and just knocked down. Zeiter on a quick break or quick slant across the middle, had it tipped away before it could get there.
I'm not sure, but what his arm might have been impeded as he tried to deliver that ball, Spike. It was pretty close and heavy contact right there.
Well, now situation 3rd and 16, ball at the Montpelier 21. Tigers leading comfortably here, 37-6. Now Ponton lines up as that single setback. Tight end on the right side, Leininger with 3 wideouts over on the left side. Now that toss over there picked up by Parasini, looking for a block. Cuts outside, gets inside the 20. Gain of maybe 3 on the play.
You know, because he was as deep as he was in the backfield, I think that was a lateral. I mean, looked like a pass, but he could pick it up and go with it because obviously that ball was bouncing along the ground there.
Yeah, exactly, Jim. Now it brings up 4th down for Liberty Center. Collins into the game. Who knows, Jim? We may try a little longer one. Let's see, 17-yard line. This would be about a 34-yard attempt if they set up according to Hoyle here. Myers, the holder.
Tyler Berkstead in there at a tackle right now.
All right, here's the snap. Set down. Kick is up. Well, that never got up in the air. I believe it was off from the word go on the snap, the hold, and the put down. Never was really quite smooth enough. We've got, parent-wise, we've got Louis Miller, Mary Beth Collins, Chester and Nola Short, and Chad for their son, grandson, and brother, John, the kicker. Also, Mike and Linda Simbola for their son, Brad, Dave and Karen, along with Todd and Jason Moeller for their son, Kevin. All right, here we go. Give straight ahead. Not much there, maybe a yard on the play. Rich and Pat Myers for their son, Tim Myers, the quarterback. The Dale and Judy Leininger, the owners of the Eon Industry business, along with her daughter and son for Matt Leininger. Mike and Janet Bodenbender with their daughters Katie and Emily, wishing good luck to. Now the pass flipped out there, knocked loose, Jim. I believe at the line of scrimmage somebody got a hand on that.
Parasini and Bodenbender getting a rest on that play. A couple of able-bodied men in there to replace them. Which he picked off a pass about the last time he did this.
All right, Montpelier with 2 wideouts to the right side. Fakes the little swing over there. Intercepted by Somi at the 32. Somi down the sideline at the 20. Cuts across the green. Battling his way inside the 15 and down to the 13-yard line. Dustin Somi had dollar signs in his eyes there, Jim.
Oh, he did, and he alertly jumped up, grabbed that ball, and forward you come.
Well, now 10-16 to go. Tigers now with a couple of other changes. Into the ball game, number 25 for Liberty Center. Dustin Rogers, a 5'10 sophomore running back. He's in there with Salmi. Kyle Parasini, the wing on the right side. Here is the give to Salmi. Salmi straight ahead, down near about the 11. We're going to give him 3 on the play. It'll bring up second down and 7. Now checking into the game a few more. We've got number 30, Nathan Ekstrand, a 5'8", 145-pound running back. And also number 41, Todd Hefflinger. Here is the pitch to Hefflinger. Hefflinger cuts up inside a block by the lead back, inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. Gain of 2 on the play, third down, and we're going to call it 7. Ball resting squarely on the 10-yard line. Not much of a favorable Liberty Center spot. 9:20 clock running. Tigers now with most of the offensive line intact, but some new skilled position players, except for Myers. Myers gives off to Hefflinger again. Hefflinger hit at about the 8. Stays on his feet, still battles. They finally blow the whistle dead. They're going to give him forward progress down to the 6. So it'll bring up fourth down for Liberty Center.
Boy, one tough run by Hefflinger. I mean, there wasn't much there, but he says, I'm going in that direction, and just kept driving, Spike.
All right, fourth down and 4, and it appears Liberty Center is going to go for it inside the 10. Ball spotted at the 7. 4th and 4. Not 4th and goal, 4th and 4 on the 7-yard line. Here is the give. I believe Hefflinger.
Yeah, Hefflinger again.
He's down around the 5-yard line. I'm not sure from this angle. And I believe Montpelier held. Well, a moral victory for the Locomotives in this case. You know, they've done a little better in this second half.
They really have, Spike. It seems as though they put together a bit of a passing attack that, with the help of a few penalties in the right spot to aid it along, got them some yards here in the second half. And, of course, their defense is always battling, usually outmanned, but still always battling.
All right, now Myers goes off for Liberty Center. Zeiter hustles off, makes it in time. And the give inside. We got a fumble on the play. Of course, the Tigers say they have it. And the referees do signal Tiger recovery.
I don't know who got that. Looked like Leininger got up from the bottom of that pile there.
Yeah, no way I could tell that one. That was just a mass confusion right at the snap of the ball.
Now, let's see whether the Montpelier defense can rise to the occasion here. Tigers with a fresh set of downs on Montpelier 5-yard line.
Yep, 1st and goal on the 5. There's the give off the right side.
Number 30.
Ekstrand, not much running room there. Maybe a yard on the play, down to about the... It's inside the 5-yard line, but now they're going to spot it back right at the 5. No gain on the play. 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Number 58, Seth Babcock, now in the game.
Under
Also,
Brian Brown, the quarterback for the Tigers.
Mitch Shaddy at
now gets
end.
rid of it to Hefflinger. Not much going there as the Tigers going against that number 1 defense for Montpelier. And Hefflinger driven back. He'll be tackled at about the 8-yard line. But at this point, obviously, academic.
Yeah, Brian Brown, number 5, running the quarterback position, Spike.
All right, here we'll catch a few more sponsors here after this play. Tigers line up in the wing right formation. Ekstrand offset to the left. Brown fires into the end zone, battled around, and incomplete. All right, for Liberty Center, personal sponsors, we've got Donnie Sharp, the champion of those stinking rotten yellow flags. Also, John Slagle, the second half of that West Maple Street crew. Herb Murdoch and his grandson Scott Judge sponsoring the Tigers tonight. Also Al Cimbola. Now the Tigers going to set up for another field goal. A 25-yard attempt for Collins. Holder Meyer, snap down, good, kick up. He drives it, it's up, and it's good, baby! He split him again!
Nice kick there. Good hold. Nice line play up there to keep everybody out, and he just drilled it right through, right dead down the middle, Spike.
Jim, I tell you what, John with second field goal, and I'm telling you what, you face one of those situations where it's fourth down and about 9, and you're at the 10-yard line, and, you know, the prospects aren't real good at scoring. I'll take 3 points there quite often, and that's John Collins' second field goal of the evening.
I believe that's almost one of the highlights of tonight is finding the kicking game, especially for the conversions after the score and a couple field goals tossed in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no question there. That could pay dividends, certainly. Lynn and Jerry Ripke of Truckers Paradise open from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, closing at 2 o'clock on Saturday. And their pies, their specialty there, very, very good, and I might add. Okay, also Miller Brother Trucking with Skip Miller, located on Road R in Napoleon. Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler in the Industrial Parkway there. Dave's Auto Service right there in the middle of Liberty Center. Dave always right out there and always giving you a couple penny breaks on gasoline. Now the kick down to about the 18-yard line, return right. A lot of hitting there, hauled down by Collins, and I believe Bloomfield.
86. 86.
No, 66 Bloomfield.
All right.
Yeah, that one threw me for a minute there when they're across the field. Hard to discern that. Also, Terry Bowers, another old Tiger football salt, owner and operator of Liberty Products. The Sky Bank in Liberty Center. KK Collision with Kyle Kern, a fast-growing auto body service there. LR Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Bill Tiplady and Danny Brown. Also, Davis Farm Services with offices in the Liberty Center and Delta. All right, straight drop, now the roll to the right. Nothing doing there. He's all by himself, Jim. Here comes Heffler, takes a shot. Finally, hold, thrown out of bounds there, hit there by De Leon. Well, Hefflinger took a pretty good shot right to the midsection. I believe it'd be all right, just that initial blow. But the Montpelier blocker had his eyes set on that
he
one.
did, and they were both running hard, and just good to see him for Hefflinger.
Now the whistle blows the play dead. All right, they reset to go. Clock running, clock stopped at the present, 6:48 left in the ball game. Gives straight ahead, runs to daylight, but not much there, closed up fast.
Number 57, Jonathan Power. Jonathan Power, a 5'10 sophomore.
All right, also in our line of sponsors, Pisanello's Pizza with that twice-a-day buffet for a measly $5. Craig and Sherry Myers with that. Eon Industries with Dale and Judy Leininger. Now the swing pass bobbled. Now, they called that incomplete, but...
Yeah, cameraman says that was a lateral. That was behind the line of scrimmage or behind the... way behind the line of scrimmage there. That should have been a free ball floating around out there.
Well, and I believe it was behind him. I believe it was backwards anyway.
Yeah, all the way.
Well, at this point in the game, I guess what do we have to gain? But somebody getting their name in the scorebook, but
Oh, that was.
all right, moving on there, we've got the Henry County Bank with 6 locations all over the county. B.A. Miller & Sons Trucking with Norma Miller. Now the straight drop and a little swing pass out there, almost broken up. Stays on his feet, and number 9, Kyle Parasini with a flying wall into tackle, taking him out at the ankles. Contains the gain to 5 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down and 5 for Montpelier.
Seth Babcock and Kyle Bodenbender in hot charge on the quarterback there, Spike.
Yeah. John Collins, kicking star for the Tigers, runs off. And Montpelier, with only 5.5 to go in the ball game, figure what do they got to lose? They're going to come out and go for it. Straight drop, quick drop, caught on the little slant route, and hauled down there by number 83 for Liberty Center.
Tyler Sharp
Yep,
on the
Tyler
tackle.
Sharp.
That was a score-saving tackle there, Spike. He was headed for green pastures.
You know, Jim, if, on that type of play, if there's not a linebacker there to kind of step back and take that route away or take that passing lane away, very effective pass route.
Oh, yeah, they were kind of committed to stop the run right there, but a good pass by the Locos.
All right, now the draw straight ahead, good for about 4 or 5 yards. You know, it was Patrick Henry that made it rough on Liberty Center in the first half of the Snow Bowl over there in Findlay with that very play, that quick slant.
Yeah.
Of course,
Todd Hefflinger on the tackle there. With a lot of help from his friends, but he was right there to put a stop to the ball carrier.
all right, 2nd down and 5 for Montpelier. Now rolling right, flings it out there, and they're going to rule incomplete. 4:41 to go, and it's only a matter of time now. But the Tiger defense in there. All right, now Montpelier runs a wide open offense. 2 wideouts right, 1 left. Now they run the option behind the 2 wideouts and hauled down. Great open field
31.
tackle there by De Leon, number 31. Back again for another season of sponsorship is Dave's Running Shop in Delta, and one of their specialties are varsity jackets for Liberty Center. Also a wide array of shoes, and also a lot of Tiger shirts and sweatpants and T-shirts, whatnot, sweatshirts. Swanton Welding, also Norm Zider there. A little mix-up now on the offensive line. Locos get it straightened out, straight drop. Has to scramble, fires to the sideline, caught. Nice open field tackle there, but not after Montpelier. Picks up a 1st down and a flag on the play. Jim, I don't have a clue where that one was aimed at.
No, number 9, Kyle Parasini on the stop over there. Looked like a nice tackle, but after a while, then the yellow flag comes.
All right, after accepting the penalty now, Montpelier has a 1st and goal at about the Tigers' 7-yard line. Here is the give on the draw. Hit over there by Hefflinger. Hauled down. Nice play by Hefflinger, taking him high and turning the ball carrier, throwing him down for no gain. It'll be 2nd and goal. Ball still resting on the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that Loco had a beat on the goal line, and Hefflinger just knifing down line of scrimmage, saw his shot and made a good one. Good stop.
Now they're going to give us progress up near the 5, so we're going to call it 2nd and goal on the 5. A wide formation, that puts a lot of extra pressure on the Tigers. Now the straight drop, the look over there to the wide side, nothing doing. Flip over the middle, caught, touchdown Montpelier. 3:17 to go, and the Locos on the board again. Score stands now, Liberty Center 40, Montpelier 12.
James Whitmire, number 67, entering the game for the Tigers.
Now Montpelier set to kick the 1-point conversion, and that's through the uprights. You know, John, or Jim, that's the second time tonight I've called you John, but I'm so pumped up because of John Collins. You know, that kid had a pretty kick. It had that nice end-over-end backward spin to it. But when Collins kicks it, buddy, he drives it all the way to Baker's backyard.
Yeah, well, what we want is for it to split the upright. We don't care how it looks. In fact, his first one hit the crossbar and kind of line drived over. But nevertheless, kicking game has emerged tonight, and we're happy for that.
Yeah, no question about it. It just seems like that good, favorable roll, if you will, over the crossbar gave John that little extra spark. Liberty on the ropes, 22-8, driving for another score when a turnover and pickoff by Myers saved the day and staved off that Evergreen push. Tigers then came back in the second half and just totally blew Evergreen's doors off. All right, now a low end over end kick, picked up there by, not sure, hit by about 5 tacklers. Couldn't pick the number out on that. Return up to about the 30-yard line.
I don't know who made that.
Jim, I believe Nathan Ekstrand.
Number 30?
Yeah, I believe that's who picked it up. Okay, a couple more sponsors here. Much thanks to Rick Speece and Speece Trailer Court in Liberty. Also, Glenn Badenhop, owner of Meyer Badenhop Insurance, and the Liberty office run by Bob and Marge Jurasics. All right, Tigers in a wing right formation, standard 2 tight end set. Here is the give.
Josh Martin, number 21.
Yep, Josh Martin, number 21. Josh, 5'1", $145. Not much running room there. No place to go. Babcock. All right, fake to Martin. Throws deep. He's got him wide open. Incomplete.
Oh, Matt Scarberry had that one hit him on the numbers, but it was pretty well defended. But, wow, he just came into the game, I believe, Spike, and run a nice pattern, and the quarterback got the ball to him out there.
Yeah, you know, sometimes, Jim, those are the toughest catches to make when you stand there and wait for the football to get to you. You know, had he been running in stride, he takes his mind off of it and just you know, the athleticism and the reactions kick in.
Well, it looked like a good play. It just didn't quite get completed, but everybody did their job well, but just didn't quite reel it in.
Well, Brown looked good on the play action. Now they give to Martin off the left side. He's got some room and gains about 6 on the play.
A tall fellow, but man, he runs hard.
Oh yeah, Jim. Not much keeping him there from breaking a big one. Now the Tigers with 2:07 left here on TV5. Faced with a 4th down and 5 yards to go. Clock running, 1 minute and 59 seconds. Tigers coming out, they're going to forego a punt. What the heck? They're going to go for it. They're out there to play offense. Brown under center. He tries to draw off the team. Now we've got a flag on
a sophomore quarterback getting some playing time here. He went with that odd count evidently and pulled him off. So here we go.
All right, 4th and maybe 6 inches. Tigers with the wing left package. And it's Brown, quarterback sneak, and boy, he's rambling through there. Burrows his way for about 3.5 yards. And the Tigers keep possession, where now they'll try to run out the clock. Hey, Jim, many thanks. I forget this usually, but to Ted Bear and Bill Salme for their work on the statistics for me at halftime. Now give off to Martin. Martin spins, hit by several locomotives, stays on his feet, keep driving. We're going to get some extracurricular.
I think a quarterback sniffs a face mask on that, but how about Josh Martin? He seemingly was stopped, and yet he kept those feet driving, just like how many other Tiger backs, Spike?
All right, see. First down and call it about 3 yards to go. Kind of an odd penalty. Give off that time to number 25.
Dustin Rogers.
Some hard running there, Jim. Kind of a strong-looking back for a sophomore.
I don't know if he'd be related to Mr. Rogers or not, but, man, he was packing that mail for the Tigers right out there.
Well, I got a feeling he runs the football just a little bit harder than what Mr. Rogers did at his prime. Now the clock under a minute and running, 48 seconds, 40 to 13, Liberty. Uh-oh, busted play. Now they'll give it on the option pitch to Martin. I don't believe that's what the Tigers wanted to do.
Oh, that didn't have a lot of smoothness to it, but
15, 20, 25, call it 26 yards. Give straight ahead to Martin. Martin digs his way forward for about 3. 7, 6, 5. And here on NCTV5, it's Liberty Center moving you 2-0 on the season as they defeat the Montpelier Locomotives 40 to 13. Tigers will travel next week to Evergreen to take on the Vikings as the season progresses. Well, Jim, the one bright spot tonight among many, I think we have to mention one more time, is that kicking leg of John Collins finally coming to the forefront and now adds still another weapon to the Tiger arsenal.
Yeah, I agree, Spike. The precision of the kicking team, it isn't just a kick, it isn't just a hold, it's just a long snap and the line doing their job. And boy, that certainly was a bright spot here tonight. But I think the Tigers probably did what they wanted. They owned the line of scrimmage and pretty much moved the ball at will.
Yeah, I'll have to agree on all accounts there. So one more time here from Titletown in Northwest Ohio. It's Liberty Center 40 and Montpelier 13.